Good evening. This is the Sultanate of Oman Television with 7 o'clock news bulletin. First, the headlines. His Majesty Sultan Haytham bin Tariq issues 10 royal decrees. His Majesty the Sultan receives a cabal of thanks from His Highness the Emir of Kuwait and greets the Bosnian President. Within the preparations of the 10th five-year plan, the Supreme Council for Planning discusses the roles and challenges of the private sector in diversifying the income means. And precautionary measures are taken by the Ministry of Health regarding coronavirus COVID-19.
أبناء عمان الأوفياء، لقد عرف العالم عمان عبر تاريخها العريق والمشرف كيانا حضاريا فاعلا ومؤثرا في نماء المنطقة وازدهارها واستتباب الأمن والسلام فيها، تتناوب الأجيال على إعلاء رؤيتها وتحرص على أن تظل رسالة عمان للسلام تجوب العالم حاملة إرثاً عظيماً وغايات سامية.
Good evening once again. Assalamu alaikum. Those were the headlines, and now for the news in detail. His Majesty Sultan Haytham bin Tariq issues 10 royal decrees. Royal Decree number 4/2020 on promulgating the law of Internal Security Service. Article 1 enacts with regard to the Internal Security Service by the annexed law provision. Article 2, the head of Internal Security Service issues regulations and decisions necessary to implement the annexed law provision. Until then, they work with the existing regulations and decisions will continue in a way not to contravene with its provisions. Article 3 cancels the service system of Internal Security Service employees issued by Royal Decree number 9/98 and cancels all that contradicts with this decree and the annexed law or contravenes with its provision. Article 4, this decree shall be published in the official gazette and come into force from the following day of its publication. Royal Decree number 5/2020 on conducting some amendments on civil defense law. Article 1 changed the name of National Committee for Emergencies Management to the National Committee for Civil Defense, where it is mentioned in the civil defense law for any other laws or royal decrees. Article 2 conducts the attached amendments on the above-mentioned civil defense law. Article 3 cancels all that contradicts with this decree and the attached amendments or contravenes with its provisions. Article 4, this decree shall be published in the official gazette and come into force from the following day of its publication. Royal Decree number 6/2020 regarding the Higher Committee for National Day celebrations. Article 1, the High Committee for National Day celebrations shall have the legal personality, enjoy the administrative and financial independence, and to be supervised by the Minister of the Diwan of the Royal Court. Article 2, the law provisions and financial and administrative systems, employees' affairs and retirements applicable in the state administrative apparatus shall be active for a higher committee for National Day celebrations. Article 3, a Secretary General shall handle the financial and administrative affairs of the higher committee for National Day celebrations, who will be appointed as per a royal decree in which his allocations will be determined, supported by enough number of employees from various specializations related to the committee work aspects. Article 4, the Secretary General represent the Higher Committee for National Day celebrations at the court as well as representations with others and the scope of responsibility, administrative and financial affairs of the committee and its Secretary General and employees shall have the applicable laws and regulations stipulated in the state's administrative apparatus. Article 5 cancels all that contradicts with this decree or contravenes with its provisions. Article 6, this decree shall be published in the official gazette and come into force from the date of its issue. Royal Decree number 7/2020 appoints a special envoy for His Majesty the Sultan. Article 1 appoints His Highness Sayyid Fatih bin Fahar bin Taimur Al Said as special envoy for His Majesty the Sultan with the rank of a minister. Article 2, this decree shall be published in the official gazette and shall come into effect from the date of issue. Royal Decree number 8 over 2020 on appointing a special advisor to His Majesty the Sultan. Article 1 appoints His Highness Sayyid Mansour bin Majid bin Taimur Al Saeed as special advisor to His Majesty the Sultan with the rank of a minister. Article 2, this decree shall be published in the official gazette and shall come into effect from the date of issue. Royal Decree number 9 over 2020 to appoint a Minister for Heritage and Culture. Article 1 appoints Salim bin Mohammed bin Saeed al-Mahrouqi as Minister of Culture and Heritage. Article 2, this decree shall be published in the official gazette and shall come into effect from the date of issue. Royal Decree number 10 over 2020 to grant a rank of Minister. Article 1 grants Sheikh Sabah bin Hamdan bin Sabah al-Saadi, Secretary General of the Higher Committee for National Day celebrations, a rank of Minister. Article 2, this decree shall be published in the official gazette and shall come into effect from the date of issue. Royal Decree number 11 over 2020 appointing Under-Secretary of the Ministry of Arts Affairs. Article 1 appoints Sayyid Saeed bin Sultan bin Ya'rub al-Busaidi as Under-Secretary of the Ministry of Arts Affairs. Article 2, this decree shall be published in the official gazette and come into force from the date of its issue. Royal Decree number 12 over 2020 appointing advisor at the Diwan of the Royal Court. Article 1 appoints Sayyid Faisal bin Hamoud bin Nasr al-Busaidi as advisor at the Diwan of the Royal Court. Article 2, this decree shall be published in the official gazette and come into force from the date of its issue. Royal Decree number 13 over 2020 on appointing an advisor at the Minister of Heritage and Culture. Article 1 appoints Khalid bin Salim bin Muhammad al-Ghassani as advisor at the Minister of Heritage and Culture with a special grade. Article 2, this decree shall be published in the official gazette and shall come into effect from the date of its issue. His Majesty Sultan Haytham bin Tariq received a cabal of thanks from His Highness Sheikh Sabah Al-Ahmed Al-Jabar Al-Sabah, Amir of Kuwait, in reply to His Majesty's cabal of greetings on his country's National Day. His Majesty the Sultan also sent a cabal of greetings to His Excellency Zeljko Komšić, President of the Presidency of Bosnia and Herzegovina, on his country's National Day. The Sultanate foresees a new 5-year development plan which will drive the Sultanate towards a new economy led by the private sector and depends on diversifying income sources. The map of the 10th 5-year development plan 2021-2025 was drawn through a number of workshops and brainstorming sessions. The workshops focused on the priority of the private sector investments and international cooperation and diagnosed the current situation and addressed challenges for the stage of the preparation of the 10th 5-year development plan and selecting top priority goals according to Oman Vision 2040. Various society segments were involved in shaping Oman Vision 2040, which heavily rely on the private sector to diversify sources of income and link the Sultanate economy with the world economy. The workshop on the work priority of the private sector and investments focused on a number of goals, such as real partnership between the public and private sectors, funding competitive work environment that attract investments, providing a flexible funding pattern that go in line with the global developments, finding a competitive private sector that lead the economy and consider social environmental dimensions, complementary partnership between the small and medium enterprises. It's worth mentioning that 70 public and private establishments took place in the workshop of preparing the 10th 5-year development plan. 2,979 people have died so far from the coronavirus COVID-19 outbreak. There are currently 86,992 confirmed cases in 64 countries and territories around the world. The Minister of Health in the Sultanate of Oman confirmed the recovery of one of the 6 newly infected cases of coronavirus in the Sultanate, noting that other cases are still subject to health follow-up and are in stable health condition. To learn more on that, here is a report.
On December 31, 2019, the World Health Organization's China office heard the first reports of a previously unknown virus behind a number of pneumonia cases in Wuhan, a city in eastern China with a population of over 11 million. The disease appears to have originated from a Wuhan seafood market where wild animals, including birds, rabbits, bats and snakes, are traded illegally. Coronaviruses are a family of viruses that can cause illnesses such as the common cold, severe acute respiratory syndrome, and Middle East respiratory syndrome. In 2019, a new virus called the severe acute respiratory syndrome coronavirus 2 caused a disease outbreak in China. The disease is called coronavirus disease 2019 COVID-19. Public health groups such as the World Health Organization and the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention are monitoring the situation and posting updates on their websites. These groups have also issued recommendations for preventing and treating the illness. Signs and symptoms of infection with the new coronavirus may appear 2 to 14 days after exposure and can include fever, cough, shortness of breath, or difficulty breathing. The severity of the new coronavirus symptoms can range from very mild to severe, even death. Although understanding of this disease continues to grow, most people with severe illness have been of an older age or had other significant existing medical conditions. This is similar to what is seen in people who have severe infections with other respiratory illnesses, such as influenza. Although there is no vaccine available to prevent infection with the new coronavirus, WHO and CDC recommend following the standard precautions for avoiding respiratory viruses as follows. Wash your hands often with soap and water or use an alcohol-based hand sanitizer. Cover your mouth and nose with your elbow or tissue when you cough or sneeze. Avoid touching your eyes, nose and mouth if your hands are not clean. Avoid close contact with anyone who is sick. Avoid sharing dishes, glasses, bedding and other household items if you are sick. Clean and disinfect surfaces you often touch. Stay home from work, school and public areas if you are sick. Avoid eating raw or undercooked meat or animal organs, and avoid contact with live animals. 2,979 people have died so far from the coronavirus COVID-19 outbreak. There are currently 86,992 confirmed cases in 64 countries and territories. The fatality rate is still being assessed. In the Sultanate of Oman, the Ministry of Health confirmed the recovery of one of the 6 newly infected cases of coronavirus in the Sultanate, noting that other cases are still subject to health follow-up and are in stable health condition. His Excellency Dr. Ahmed bin Mohammed Saidi, Minister of Health, revealed that about 1,320 travelers from countries infected with the virus have been quarantined. The Minister of Health confirmed the strength of epidemiological surveillance systems and the accuracy of the central laboratory checks in the Sultanate, which is a central laboratory in the Middle East region. The ministry called upon all citizens and residents coming from countries which are affected by the coronavirus to stay at home and report at the ministry if any signs of symptoms observed. The statement also urged people to avoid traveling to these countries. In the meantime, the Public Authority for Civil Aviation said that all flights to and from Iran will be suspended until further notice. Oman Air and Salam Air halted all flights between the Sultanate and Iran since Monday and until further notice.
We would like to bring to your attention the proper reading of the Royal Decree No. 9/2020 appoint Minister of Heritage and Culture. Article 1 appoints Salim bin Mohammed bin Saeed al-Mahrouqi as Minister of Heritage and Culture and not Culture and Heritage. His Excellency Dr. Yahya bin Mahfouz al-Mandari, Chairman of the State Council, received at his office today a delegation from the Nepalese Parliament led by His Excellency Bemial Barosad Shrivastava, Chairman of International Affairs, Industry and Work Committee at the Parliament. The meeting discussed the importance of enhancing relations between the Sultanate and Nepal, along with strengthening bilateral cooperation between the two friendly countries in various fields, especially economic and cultural fields. His Excellency, the Chairman of the State Council, affirmed on the importance of visit exchange in enhancing cooperation and exchanging experiences between the two parliaments. From his side, His Excellency the guest expressed his country's interest to consolidate relations with the Sultanate and support cooperation fields which serves the two nations' interest. He as well looks forward to establish a joint committee between the Nepalese Parliament and State Council to further boost relations between the two countries. Developing Omani-Nepalese relations in the fields related to legislative and monitoring work topped the discussions of His Excellency Khalid bin Hilal al-Ma'wali, Chairman of the Shura Council, with His Excellency Bemial Barosad Shrivastava, Chairman of International Affairs, Industry and Work Committee at the Nepalese Parliament, and his accompanying delegation within its official visit to the Sultanate. The meeting included discussions of the Shura March in the Sultanate and its development stages within more than 3 decades and the mechanisms of electing its members, in addition to the specializations of the Council, its legislative and monitoring powers, besides working system at the regulatory sessions and roles of the Office of the Council and the permanent committees. You're watching the Sultanate of Oman television, and yet to come in our news bulletin, the Omani Products Exhibition OPEX 2020 is launched in the Republic of Rwanda.
وإننا ماضون بعون الله على طريق البناء والتنمية، نواصل مسيرة النهضة المباركة كما أراد لها السلطان الراحل رحمه الله، مستشعرين حجم الأمانة وعظمتها، مؤكدين على أن تظل عمان الغاية الأسمى في كل ما نقدم عليه وكل ما نسعى لتحقيقه، داعين كافة أبناء الوطن دون استثناء إلى صون مكتسبات النهضة المباركة والمشاركة الفاعلة في إكمال المسيرة الظافرة، متوكلين على الله عز وجل، راجين عونه وتوفيقه.
Welcome back to the news from the Sultanate of Oman television. Measurements record of the producers' prices in the Sultanate decreases during the fourth quarter of 2019 by around 12.3% comparing to the same period of 2018. The prices of oil and gas products led to this decrease by 13.8%, while non-oil products declined by 3.9% according to the latest data issued by the National Center for Statistics and Information. The decline of the oil and gas products prices was due to the decrease of index of refined oil products prices by almost 11% and crude oil and natural gas products by more than 14%, while the decrease in the index of non-oil products prices was due to the decline of Transformation Industries Group prices by 5%. The Ministry of Manpower is recorrecting the status of manpower according to the requirements of e-Census 2020 implemented by the Sultanate in the current year. The Ministry, in coordination with the Minister of Commerce and Industry and Royal Oman Police, conducted the process to make the matching ratio between the Ministry of Manpower and the National Center for Statistics and Information 100% as per the criteria approved by the Census Committee within the joint work between the Ministry and the Center in preparation for e-Census Project 2020 for population and buildings. More than 80 local companies participated in the Omani Products Exhibition OPEX 2020 in the Republic of Rwanda. The The four-day exhibition seeks to support Omani companies and open new markets for their exports and build direct international partnerships. During the opening ceremony of the exhibition, a number of commercial agreements were signed between Omani companies and their counterparts from Rwanda. The exhibition is organized by a committee formed by the Public Establishments for Industrial Estate Madain Public Authority for Investments Promotion and Exports Development ITHRA and Oman Chamber of Commerce and Industry OCCI. Under the theme, "We are proud of you," the Minister of Higher Education organized the 5th Alumni Forum for the graduates of the Colleges of Applied Sciences and the College of Education in Rostaq. The event was presided over by His Excellency Dr. Saeed bin Khamis Al-Ka'bi, Chairman of the Public Authority for Consumer Protection. More details in the following report.
Targeting the graduates of the 2010 to 2014 batches, Nizwa College of Applied Sciences hosted the 5th Forum for the graduates of the Colleges of Applied Sciences and Rostaq College of Education.
College alumni gathering is one of the requirements for the college for two things. One of them is, or the first things is that we try to improve the practice in the college, whether it is teaching or other activities that are usually colleges provide for students. So we are trying to do better service for the students in all aspects. And the other one, it is one of the requirements also for the accreditation process. So I think this is a very useful gathering both for students and for the colleges.
The former graduates who attended the event expressed their excitement for the opportunity to meet once again after graduation, recalling their old memories at the premises of the colleges.
We are really happy to meet our friends from a long time. We didn't see each other, and our colleagues, our teachers. So it's a really good chance to have go back to our old memories and catch up a little bit. So we are really happy to have the chance.
It has been a pleasure to meet all of my classmates and the graduated student. Again, after 6 years, I have graduated 2014, and then I have left for master degrees to UK. And since then, I have not met a lot of my colleagues and classmates and friends since then. Such events are really important, not only for the colleges, also for the student. Okay, just to have a recap of where they have started, with the starting point and where they have reached.
I'm so happy today to see and meet the colleagues and friends from a long time, to sharing experience and to meet them, and we'll see what they are doing.
Such gathering give us an idea about what experience they have in the job and what other opportunities and positions are now. Also, I think such gathering give us an idea about people who are having their own business and like marketing their business. So we know by this gathering who have an idea, who have a business, and how they deal with their business.
The Ministry of Higher Education holds this forum annually to enhance the spirit of belonging among the graduates and praise the efforts that the graduates exert to serve this dear country. Such alumni gatherings are an important platform to gain an insight into the valuable experiences of the graduates for development purposes within the colleges. صالح بخلفان الرحبي, Nizwa College of Applied Sciences, الداخلية, Governorate.
Indeed, such a gathering brings good memory. And now, to end this news bulletin, here are the main points once again. His Majesty Sultan Haytham bin Tariq issues 10 royal decrees. His Majesty the Sultan receives a couple of thanks from His Highness the Emir of Kuwait and greets the Bosnian President. Within the preparation of the 10th five-year plan, the Supreme Council for Planning discusses the roles and challenges of the private sector in diversifying the income means. And the precautionary measures are taken by the Ministry of Health regarding coronavirus COVID-19. And with that, we do conclude this news bulletin brought to you live from this news center of the Sultanate of Oman Television. Thank you for joining us and good night.